Let us see another concept called as primary key. Okay. Just a moment, please. Let us go to some another thing that is primary key. Okay. So I'm creating a table. So let us see what is primary key. So primary key is very important. Let us see what is primary key is. Come here. So if you see, I'm creating a table with the name students, student ID, integer, and I am declaring it as primary key. First name, varchar, last name, varchar. If you see here, I am creating a table with the name students, student ID, integer, and the key type is primary key. First name is varchar, last name is varchar. Okay, so these are the data types, integer, varchar, and all. So I'm using a primary key. So I declared students ID column as primary key. Okay, so let us see what is this primary key and all. So let us first create this table students. Right? So it is throwing an error. Okay. So why it is throwing an error? Because we already have a table with the name students. If you see here, we already have a table with the name students here. So yeah, in the ABCD, we already have a table with the name students, and we are all trying to make another table with the name students. That is the reason. So what I'm doing, I'm making it as students one. So now try to create. So we are able to create that table students one. Okay. So select star from students. So it is students one table, select star from students. So if you see now, no values are there. Okay. And and what we said, we declared the students ID column as primary key column. Okay. So now what shall we do is let us try to insert certain records. So come here. So what I am doing, I am trying to insert some record, two records here. So I'm trying to insert students, student ID, first name, last name, values 1, John, DO, and all into table students 1. So records were inserted successfully. If you see, select star from students. So if you see, we had inserted two records or into the table. So one is student ID 1, student ID 2, first name John, second name Jane, last name DO, and last name Smith. Fine. So two records were inserted into the table. Okay. So now what I am doing, I am trying to insert another table. So I'm trying to insert another record into that one. Okay. So I am trying to insert. If you see here, student ID. I'm trying to insert another record. If you see in this record, student ID is 1. If you see student ID is already 1 is there. Okay, so let us see whether it will take that one or not. Let's see, it is throwing an error. What it is saying? What it is saying? It is saying that insert into students values error duplicate entry. So what is this primary key violation? So what is this primary key? Primary key is the one which will not allow you to enter the duplicate values. If you see here, student ID 1 is there. Already 1 is there. I am trying to insert a 1. It is throwing an error. Suppose let us try to insert a null value. So let us try to insert a null value over there. Right? See, again, it is throwing an error. What it is throwing an error? It is saying that cannot be null. Okay, so cannot be null. Why cannot be null? Because the student ID, what it has a constraint. What is that constraint? Primary key constraint. So primary key means it will not allow duplicates as well as it will not allow null values. Okay. For example, previously we had created a table and that time what we had said, employee ID not null. Okay, but if you see here, we have a record in the employees. Listen carefully, guys. Here, previously in the example, we had created a table with the name employees and we had declared this column, employee ID column as not null. Okay. So what it is doing, it is not taking any null value. Suppose if I give any null value, it is not taking. But suppose if I give a duplicate value, will it take or not? If you check, definitely it will take the duplicate value. Okay. But if you want to avoid a null value, if you want to avoid a duplicate value, then what you have to go? You have to go to another key called as primary key. So this is a primary key constraint. Okay. So if you see what is primary key? So primary key is a unique identifier for each record in the table. So it is a unique identifier of each record in the table. What is this primary key? Okay. So what can be done using this primary key? It enforces the uniqueness and cannot contain null values. So when you declare any column as primary key, okay, so the uniqueness of that particular column will be maintained and it will not contain and it makes sure that it will not contain any null values as well as okay. So that is what is called as primary key. Okay. Next, now let us see another key called as foreign key. Okay. So foreign key is also very important case. Okay. So let us see what is foreign key. So foreign key, I am creating a table. So listen to this foreign key concept case. Listen carefully. Let us create a table. So I am creating a table with the name departments, department ID. So data type is integer. If you see data type is integer. And what is the key? What is the key I'm saying? I'm saying as primary key. Okay, I'm declaring it as primary key. That means it should have a unique data and it should not allow null values. And then department name, varchar. So let us create this table departments. So I created a table with the name departments. And then I'm creating another table with the name employees. So already we created the table employees. If you see here, we have employees table. So I am making it as employees one. Okay. So create table departments, create table employees. So if you see here, employee ID, it is primary key, department ID. Okay. And foreign key on department ID refers to departments in department. Okay. So if you see here, this department ID, this department ID is the column which is there in the table departments. And this is a primary key column. Okay. So this column in employees department ID, it refers to another column in another table with the name department ID. Okay, so in this table we already have. So let us see what is this foreign key is exactly. So I am creating a table with the name departments. Let me create that one. We create that one. So let me create already exists. Okay, department already fine. Let us create one more table with the name employees. Okay. So employee one. Okay. So I'm creating two tables. Case. Let us concentrate on this table only. Let us concentrate on this table only. So we are creating a table with the name departments. We are creating a table with the name departments. And let us insert few records into this table departments. Okay. So what I'm doing, I am inserting few records. into the table departments. So come here. So I'm inserting certain records. Now select star from departments. Take that one. See, if you see this table, so this table with the name departments, it has two columns. One is department ID and another is department name. So department one means human resource. Department two means finance. Department three means IT. So this is the table we had. So department ID. So department ID one means department name is human resource. Department two means department name is finance. Department ID three means IT department. Okay, so this is the thing. This is the table, departments table. So now what I'm doing, let us take the another table. What is the table? Employees table. Okay. So let us insert certain records into this employees table. Let me insert two records first. Let us insert certain records into the employees table. Name of the table is employee one. Employee one. All right. So we had inserted. Now I had selected one. Okay. So now select star from employees one. Select star from employees one. All right. See. There's employee ID, department ID 101 1. Let us insert this record also. Not insert, I guess. Correct. So we had inserted another record. Select star from employees one. So employee ID, department 81, department 82. I'm trying to insert another record. Insert into employees. Where department ID is 3. So select star from employees. Correct? Yes. It was inserted. So if you see here, department ID 1, employee ID 101. Department ID 2, employee ID 102. Department ID 3, employee ID 103. Okay. Now try to insert another record. So I am trying to insert another record in the employees. So I am trying to insert another record. So, all right. That one. So it is throwing an error. So why it is throwing an error? What is the reason? What it is saying? If you look at the error, cannot added or updated, a foreign key constraint fails. So what it is saying? It is saying that foreign key constraint fails. Okay. So why foreign key constraint fails? What is the reason why it is faced? That particular thing is happening is, see, if you see these departments, this table departments, run the table. See what department ID, what you have? You have department ID 1, department ID 2, department ID 3. See, now here what we are going to do here, we are trying to insert a department in the table employees one. In the table employees one, we are going to insert a department ID, which is 4. So you don't have, actually in the departments, you don't have this particular department with 4. So that is the reason it is not allowed, because foreign key constraint, because this column of department ID in the employees one table is referring to this table departments column department ID. That is the reason. So that is what is called as foreign key constraint. Okay. So foreign key constraint, if you come here, if you see what is foreign key constraint, okay. So foreign key constraint here, the department ID column, okay, in the employees table is foreign key reference of departments table. So foreign key reference of the departments table. If you see here, we have two tables here, departments and employees. Okay. So in this department and employees, so we have here a column with the name department ID. So actually, what are the department ID columns we have? One is finance, two is HR, and three is IT. So here when we try to insert this employee ID and department ID, up one when we have department ID 1, it has taken. When we have department ID 2, it has taken. When we had department ID 3, it has taken. But when we try to enter the department ID 4, it has not taken. Why? Because this 4 is not here in this table, if you see. So it is a foreign key. So this department ID, it is a foreign key, okay, of department ID, refers to the table departments and the column name is department ID. Okay. So that is the reason it is not taking. So that is called as foreign key. So foreign key refers to another column in the another table. Mainly remember that one, that is called as foreign key. Okay. Now let us go to another key. So let us see something called as unique. What is unique? Unique constraint. What is unique constraint? Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm creating a table with the name users. Okay. So come here, I'm creating a table with the name users, guys. So creating a table with the name users. So I'm creating a table with the name users. Okay. So let us insert certain records in the table. So if you see here, so what is the specialty of this table users? What is the specialty of this table users? User ID. So user ID, what it is? It is an integer. Okay, data type is integer and it is a primary key. So already we had seen what is primary key. Primary key means it does not allow null values as well as it does not allow duplicate values. Okay. So email ID. So varchar is the data type and I'm saying unique. Okay, unique. So what is this unique? What is this unique? So what is the difference between primary key and unique? Okay, let us see this one. So we had created a table with the name users, guys, just now. So let us insert certain records in that users. Okay, fine. So I'm inserting certain records. Set certain records to the table users. I'm inserting. So select star. Star for users. Want to get some data from users. Select. So employee ID 1, 2, 3. So employee ID 3, Emily dot Jones, James Smith, John dot Do example. Okay. So now try to enter a new record. So I'm inserting into values. So insert into users, user ID, email. So email is johndoexample.com. So if you see here, You have John Dio example.com. So already that email ID is existing. Okay. So now I'm trying to insert a record. If you see this, this user ID is different, but mail ID is same. Okay. Try to run that one. So it will not take. What it will not take? So it says that duplicate entry. So already it is there, duplicate entry. Okay. So I'm removing the duplicate entry. So let us do one thing. This time I will remove the duplicate entry and let me say a null over there. Let me say a null over there. Okay. Try to enter that one. See, successfully it is entered. Okay. So if you see, select star from users, connect the null bracket. Okay. So what is the difference? What you can observe? A primary key and a unique key. Unique key will allow you null values. But if you see here, unique key will allow you the null values. The null value, when we had not supplemented a value, it is taking. But it is not allowing the duplicate values. So unique key, it will allow null values, but it will not take duplicate values. For example, email ID column is there. So every person will have their separate unique email ID. So no two people will have the same email ID. First point. Second point is a person may have an email ID or may not have email ID. Okay, so that is the reason. So in that case, okay, so in that case, what we do, we use this particular thing, this unique key is. Okay, so that is what unique key is. So unique key is used. So if you want to have a unique values, okay, so if you want to have a unique values, we'll use this unique key. So unique key constraint ensures that all values of a columns are set unique across the table, but it can have null value. So they may ask you, what is the difference between primary key and unique key? So primary key will not allow you duplicate values and null values, but unique key will allow you null values, but will not allow duplicate values. Okay, so that is the thing. Next, another key, default key. Okay, so what is this default? What is this default? How does this default works? Fine. So come here, let us see. So I'm creating a table. I'm creating a table with the name products. Product ID, integer primary key, product name varchar 50, quantity, integer, default 10. Okay, so I'm creating a table. If you see here, guys, we are creating a table with the name products. What is the name of the table? Products. Okay, so what is this product ID? Data type is integer, key is primary key. Product name, varchar. Quantity, data type is integer, and default, we are setting it to 10. So default, we are setting it to 10. We are giving a default value of 10. Okay. So try to run that table, products table. So I'm running that products table. Okay. So after running that products table, let us enter some values. Okay. Let us enter some values. So I am inserting products. I'm inserting. Suppose if you see here, product name. So laptop is the product name. Quantity is 25. And then here mouse is the product name. Quantity is 50. So I am trying to enter two records. Okay. And product ID is 1. Product ID is 2. Okay. So these are the records I am trying to insert in the table products. Correct. So we had run successfully. Okay.